Hey guys, so first things first, if you can hear Bean eating, sorry, she decides to eat now. But today is a story time and I am excited because I know you guys love story times and I love filming story times because I get to just sit here and literally tell a story that happened to me. Without further ado, let's get into my first heartbreak. I just wanted to say that I am not telling this story time to be ill-willed towards anyone, to be talking about the person that this is about, to be in any sort of way being malicious towards anyone or talking bad about anyone that is involved. It is solely to tell my side of the story and my first breakup ever. So I'm not going to talk much about the relationship itself or anything or the other person, literally just what happened to me, the way that I dealt with it and got over everything and moved on, and what I've learned since then, because obviously it's many years ago at this point. So I have grown up a lot and I have had other heartbreaks, so I've definitely learned through each one different things. And obviously the first one I knew nothing, so I kind of learned the most from that one. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to say that. I obviously will not be using real names for any of the people that I talk about. I'm solely telling this story to tell my heartbreak and not to have any ill will towards anyone at all. So I just want to say that. Me and the guy that I'm talking about are really good friends now, so really no bad blood at all. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I don't want anyone to think that I am doing this I don't know. So we'll start off with the fact that me and this person, we call him Justin because I love Justin Bieber. Okay, yeah, let's call him Justin because I could just pretend that's Justin Bieber. Me and Justin dated all 4 years of high school up until the beginning-ish of senior year. So from around the end of 8th grade, summer into 9th grade, all the way through, I want to say September or October of senior year starting. It's kind of hard. I feel like I vaguely even remember at this point because of how long ago it really was, but I somewhat remember him texting me that he needed to talk to me in the morning or something before school, and I was so confused as to why, but I knew, and you just know something. And we met up in the parking lot that morning of school, and in my car he kind of basically said, I think we should, do our own thing. And I was like, what are you talking about? Of course, why would I just be okay. Of course, at this point it was our senior year. We had just dated all 4 years. Senior year is what you look forward to with your significant other. There is your senior homecoming, your senior prom, getting your class rings, graduation. Those are all things that we had been very excited for. So I was very taken off guard, very confused, but at the same time it was if you don't want to be with me, you don't want to be with me. I'm not going to sit here and fight for you to be with me. I deserve someone who wants to be with me. Keep in mind, it's the beginning of the school day, so I have to go to school now, which was probably the hardest day ever. I don't know how I didn't just go home. I think I wanted to just go home. My mom was like, you need to just, go about your day. You can't just go home and, curl up into a ball. You need to go to school. And I was like, you know what, all right, fine. Because I knew obviously going home and laying in bed wasn't going to do any good. If anything, it's better to be with my friends. The only issue was everyone knew us. Like I said, we dated all 4 years of high school. I didn't go to that big of a high school. We were homecoming king and queen, I think my freshman year of high school or my sophomore year, I don't remember. Everyone knew us. Yeah. Going to school was very difficult because everyone was going to be like, oh, where's Justin? Why aren't you with Justin? How's Justin? And it was going to be something that I knew it was going to be a question for the next couple of weeks until word got around. And I don't think I knew how quick word was going to get around, but it did very fast. And it got to the point where the first couple of days I felt like I was being stared at by everyone, or like if we were in the same hallway, someone would look at me and look at him and like look at me, and it was so uncomfortable, and like a feeling you feel like every single eye is on you, even though it may not be, and you just like feel that way. You feel like everyone knows. Everyone is looking at you thinking, oh my God, what happened? Like, what happened? And high school is a very scary place for that. So that was something I dealt with the first couple of days. I remember going into my broadcast class, which is where I spent most of my time, and I feel like I don't remember 100%, and I don't know if, like, you know how your brain blocks out things that are upsetting sometimes? I feel like my brain like blocked out a lot of this, but I vaguely remember going into the newsroom and just like breaking down, like bawling to my friends, bawling to my teacher, and kind of just explaining what happened. And I mean, I really didn't know what happened because he really didn't give me a reason as to why we were breaking up. It was just he wanted to figure out what life was like not together, because we were each other's, you know, first boyfriend and girlfriend, and we were babies when we started, not babies, but we were literally 12 when we started dating, and at this point we were 18. So we really, it was, I'm gonna get into like what I learned later on, now being 21. But so that was like the first main day of everything happening, and I want to say it's probably like 2 or 3 days into us breaking up. And keep in mind, we had classes together. Like, I had to see this kid everywhere. Wasn't easy. Was not easy. I didn't want to do anything. Like, I wanted to literally sit in my room and like, I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want, because every time I would talk to someone, it was, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? And I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to sit there and have to be like, I'm okay, like I'm doing fine, because I wasn't. And everyone kept telling me like, it just takes time. It just takes time. You'll be okay, whatever. And I was looking at them like, I don't want it to take time. Like, I want to be fine now. Like, I don't care if you're telling me it's going to take time. I don't want to be okay in a month. I don't want to be okay in 2 months. I want to be okay now. And looking back, I mean, the only advice that I would have given myself is it takes time. Like, you are going to be okay, and you are going to be more than fine, but the only way to heal is time. And it's the most annoying thing anyone can say, because I hated when people told me that, but it's the truth, and everyone heals in time in different lengths. But yeah, that is literally like what it is it just takes time. So I remember driving home a couple days, maybe a week after, and I got a phone call or a text of someone basically saying Justin was talking or started dating this girl that I used to be friends with. And I remember I was driving home, and I near had to pull over from how like I was just like in shock. I was like, what do you mean he's dating this girl, talking to, whatever you want to call it, this girl that I had used to be friends with? And I think that was more painful than the actual breakup, because I was just like mind blown by the whole thing, and just so hurt, I guess is the right word. 4 years of being together was now down the drain, gone, because it kind of felt like it was because this other person came into the picture. Of course, then everything flooded into my mind. I was like, okay, he was cheating on me. Okay, he liked this girl we were dating, so he left me for her. Okay, maybe they're not even together. Maybe it's just a rumor. You know, I was coming up with 500 million questions in my head that I didn't have answers to, which overthinking is probably like the worst thing you can ever do. I know we all do it, or most people do it, but overthinking will cause you to go like insane. There's just, don't ask questions that you don't have the answer to and won't know the answer to, because it'll literally make you go crazy because you're trying to get these answers to things that you can't have the answers to. So that happened, and I want to say like a week later he ended up coming back to me and saying that he wanted to be back with me. And I remember being so shocked, and like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should take him back. And at this, like I said, I was I think 17. I didn't know, this was the only thing I knew. He was my first boyfriend, and I didn't know. Of course I wanted to believe everything that he was saying to me, that he was sorry, that he made a mistake and everything. So I gave him a second chance. I do believe in second chances. I don't believe in anything more than a second chance. If I give you the trust of a second chance, or if I trust that you really did mess up once and I give you a second chance and you ruin that, that's it. I've never been the type of person to go back and forth with someone that I was dating. You get one chance, you know, one more chance after, and if you mess that up, then clearly it didn't mean enough to you, in my opinion. So obviously we got back together. Obviously we ended up breaking up again because he again broke up with me, and then ended up full-blown dating that girl that I was originally told about for about a year or so, pretty much all of senior year and a little bit after senior year. So maybe it was more than a year, maybe it was like a year and a half or so. So yeah, I had to deal with having classes with both of them, sitting in class and having people look at them and look at me, and me feeling like, you know, like an idiot. Even though I didn't do anything wrong, I felt so stupid, even though none of it was my fault. We had an English class together. This is so weird because I know people from my high school are gonna watch this and think that I'm like talking bad about people, and I'm not. I'm literally just telling the story and like what it was like for me in that moment. Obviously I have no like hard feelings towards anyone now, but this is what it was in the moment for me, the real true experience of everything. My English teacher, my mom worked at the school I went to. My English teacher, who I had English with Justin, the new girlfriend, and I was obviously in that class as well. And my English teacher ran into my mom in the hallway and stopped my mom and was like, "How is Nicole doing?" My mom was like, "She's okay, you know, she's getting through it. It's her first heartbreak." And my English teacher literally got tears in her eyes and said to her, like, "I feel awful. Like, I look at them in class and Justin is with this new girl, you know, right in front of my eyes." And it just, she was like, "I can't imagine what Nicole is going through." Like, that is so hard to see right in front of your face. Like, I don't know, it is. It's not something that you want to see right in front of you after 4 years of being together. And my English teacher literally was on the verge of tears and was like, if she ever needs anything, if she wants to change classes, like anything, please tell her to reach out to me because I will do whatever she needs, you know, to help her through this class. If she needs to, you know, move seats so she's not so close to them or whatever, because we had like assigned seats and our last names were really close together. So me and him were always sitting close to each other. But yeah, it was crazy because we had teachers in our freshman year, and those teachers watched us, is that English? They saw us grow up together, and then they would all of a sudden see him in the hallway with someone else, and then they would see me, and all these teachers would come up to me and, you know, talk to me about it. And it was just crazy, like how much teachers like actually really do care. And my English teacher was someone who, she was awesome. She was amazing. And it was, I remember my mom telling me that and like feeling so touched that she literally got tears in her eyes because she saw what was happening, I guess. But yeah, I think that was insanely hard for me, having to witness all of that. I remember so many times I would be walking across campus, because we had a really big campus, and the two of them would be walking in front of me like the whole way across campus, and I'd be like, like, are you kidding me? And like I said, everyone would look at me, and like, it was just, I don't know why they looked at me a certain way and not them, but I guess I just looked, I don't know, I felt like the idiot. It took months for things to get better, especially because of the setting that we were in high school. Everything, we were always around each other, and it was hard. It's hard to move on from someone when you have to see them every single day, obviously. I was beyond blessed to have an amazing group of friends, amazing support group, and everything like that to help me get through everything, an amazing family, amazing mom and amazing dad to help me get through everything. This breakup wasn't any sort of like malicious breakup. There really weren't any like lies, I guess you could say. What it really came down to is we were so young, we were together for so long, and we needed to learn what life was on our own. We needed to experience other things. We needed to just grow up a little on our own. And now looking back, as I'm older and I look back to that little 17-year-old me thinking the world was ending. Yeah, the world was ending to her, but it didn't end. And looking back now, I do think it was the right thing to happen. I do think we needed to grow up on our own for a bit, and now we have grown up and we're good friends, and literally no hard feelings, nothing weird. We were able to go to college and live our lives separately and kind of learn ourselves in a different way. I know, at least for me, I was able to become my own person, if that makes sense. I was my own person with him, of course. I don't really know the right words, and I feel like, I don't know. This was a video that I really contemplated making because I didn't want to say the wrong things. And I mean, I'm not saying the wrong things because this is literally just the story of what happened to me. It just really gets sticky for me when I do story times because they involve other people. And when it's a story about me, I don't care. I'll tell you guys literally anything. But when it involves other people, it just gets sticky because I don't want them to get hurt by it. But at the same time, I am not saying their real name or anything like that. So I would never do that. At that point, if I was saying the person's real name, then that is me trying to, I don't know, be malicious, I guess is the right word. But in this circumstance, my main goal here is if there is any girl or guy going through their first heartbreak and they feel like the world is literally shattering and that you will never find love again, I'm here to tell you that you will be okay. I promise. Like, I am still here standing. I am still here to tell the tale that you will be okay. And I know it's the dumbest thing to say, and you're gonna literally look at your computer and say, please shut up. But it just takes time, and that's the only way to heal is time. And it may take a month, 2 months, 3 months, however long it takes for you to heal is you in your own time. So I know it's hard, and I know you're like, I don't want to be fine in 3 months, I want to be fine now, but you will be fine eventually, I promise. And it was the hardest couple weeks, months, ever. It was just because it was high school, I think, and like the circumstance that I was in the sense of I had to see him everywhere I turned was very, very difficult as you're trying to like heal and move on and get over things. Every corner I turned, it was like, oh God, oh, like I didn't want to see you and your girlfriend kissing in the hallway as I'm sitting here trying to like move on and heal. It was made the process a lot more difficult. But I know there are so many girls and guys that are going through this or have gone through this also. So that's like the main reason I really wanted to make this video, because I know I can relate to someone that maybe feels like no one else is going through this or has gone through this, and I'm here to just say that I have gone through this, and there are thousands and millions of other people who have also gone through this. So don't feel alone. You will be okay. And that's the story time of my first heartbreak. I feel like I told that story so bad. Like, I feel like I didn't, like, this is why I should, like, make a list of things before I do them, because then I sit in front of this camera and I get nervous. Even though no one is here, it's literally just my camera, but I get nervous, and then I get like word vomit, and then I don't know what to say. But if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. You don't really have to comment down below like your heartbreak story. I feel bad. I wouldn't make you do that. But just comment down below if you've ever, you know, had to deal with your first heartbreak. Or if you haven't, comment and let me know, because I'm gonna say that is you're lucky. Subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss anything. I am going to be doing a lot more story times like this, and really kind of just getting that wall down and getting rid of the fear of talking about certain subjects and topics, because you guys deserve to have awesome story times and awesome content. So if there's any specific story times that you guys want to hear, comment down below. I have some really great ones in my notes that I am going to be doing soon. So stay tuned. I love you guys so much. My DMs on Instagram are always open if you're going through this and you want someone to talk to and you feel like our stories are very similar and I could help you maybe somehow, some way, then definitely shoot me a DM on Instagram at Nikki Cortland. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a brand new video. Bye.